Hey, what's up? Welcome back, Thunder RC. And yes, it's finally here. I know you've been waiting for it. My Xmaxx has been on the shelf with dust growing on it for a long time because of all these other rigs. But here it is. Let me show you what I've got going. This is the Pro Body RC Optimus Prime Transformer Xmaxx. Now you tell me that just looks sick. Look at that, y'all. It looks epic. That is the coolest body ever. This is an unbreakable body. You can purchase it on eBay from Pro Body RC. I'll put the link in the description down below. But be aware, when you buy this body, it comes from Russia. And of course, with the war in Ukraine, I don't know what's going on. But this took me like 5 months to get. So it went through customs, it got stuck in customs, and like I had to just forget that I ever bought the thing. But here it is. I have to say, it was well worth the wait. It's just the most epic looking Xmaxx body I've ever seen. So we're going to be rocking this body today. Thing is, you have to cut this yourself, and it's a little tricky, and you got to put in the mounting cage. And for some reason, I just can't get this to latch on here, so I'm going to have to work with that. But, you know, it stays on pretty good. I'm going to put some tape here for today just to get it bashing, and I will play around with that clip thing later. But it fits the truck nice. Like I said, you do have to cut it out. You have to make your own adjustments. Let me give you a walkthrough of what I've got going on with the Xmaxx build. So I do have some M2C on there, and I have some mods of my own. I've been driving Xmaxxes for 4 years now. I've been bashing them heavily. That's actually how I started the channel. The Xmaxx was my favorite basher way back in the day when I started, and you know, was my beater of all beaters. And I've learned a thing or two bashing Xmaxxes. So let's dive into it, and I'll show you my personal preference with the truck. So, with my experience, you want to keep the Xmaxx as light as possible. So when you're bashing, you know, the lighter the better, because this truck is plastic, as we know, and you know, the wider you extend your wheelbase, the wider you put your arms out, the more strain and tear it is on your steering components, on your bulkheads, on your shock towers, everything like that. So personally, I went down to the regular stance again. I like the Xmaxx on normal stance. So I took the wide extensions off. They are awesome. They do fit the 24mm hubs. Mitch and Avery did an amazing job with that. But for my personal preference with the truck, I like it with the stock stance. I think it's a lot easier on the truck as well. It keeps things from breaking. Another thing that I did was I put hot racing diff covers front and rear. I think that's a very important upgrade. The plastic covers, they just tend to crack over time. They don't add much weight. They're very light, and they will increase the strength of your truck. I did take the big 1100 kV motor out. I had this can in it right here, and this motor mount from M2C is absolutely fantastic. You can run any motor you want with this motor mount, but I didn't have the motor to fit it, so I had a stock Xmaxx motor. Stock Xmaxx motor does not fit this mount, so what I went ahead and did was put the old original motor mount back in, and I am running a 2046 gearing for this motor. That's perfect. I forgot if this is like the 1250 or 1200 kV. This is the 8S motor that comes with it, so this is a great gearing. I have a hot racing spur gear on there, and Hobby Wing Max 6 ESC. This is the perfect ESC for this combo. Just the right amount of power, nothing too crazy. And EC8 connectors, really like these connectors. They're big, beefy, never had a problem with them. I'm running the upgraded Xmaxx servo. Can't see it, but it's this servo. It's actually the black one with the metal gears on it. And I'll be running that servo in this truck. It's like $100 on eBay or A-Main, wherever you look. It's a good servo for the Xmaxx. It's a direct fit. The best upgrade of all is the M2C chassis brakes. Now, I can go on and on and on about this. This is the most innovative thing that M2C has made for this truck, and I highly recommend it. If you're going to buy anything M2C for the Xmaxx, you definitely need to buy this basher bar. This is their 8mm in thickness, and essentially how it works is that there's two plates that go underneath the skid plates here, and they're aluminum like this, and you just use your screws that come with the kit, and you drill them in, and they just, you know, bolt in there, And what this does is this ties the truck together. Because this truck is modular and it's 3-piece, it really takes flex down. Now I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, you want flex. Flex is what makes the Xmaxx amazing. Yes, but when you're really sending this thing, too much flex is bad, and you start cracking your bulkheads and your chassis. So this is a huge improvement. This thing still allows flex. As you can see, there's a little gap here. So it's not screwed to the center of the chassis. There's still flex going on, guys. It's just minimizing flex, and it's keeping your truck together. This is an amazing upgrade. I highly recommend it. It's super simple to install, and it doesn't add any weight. I mean, hardly anything to the truck. You don't even notice it. So highly recommend this upgrade. Let's see here on the front. You can see I have Atomic RC aluminum caster blocks. I highly recommend this. You want aluminum on your hubs. Integy front hubs they're aluminum as well, and you'll never blow a bearing out with those. I'm running Integy rear hubs. These have been awesome. I've had them for 4 years, and they're still going way better than the RPMs. You can see where I've got like a bent hinge pin there, but that's not a big deal. I have all captured hinge pins, RPM. I have captured hinge pins here going through the shock towers as well, because these tend to pop out. And you'll notice I have a lot of wood screws going on with the truck. I like wood screws in the Xmaxx. They give a little bit more meat when you drive them into the plastic, so they really hold the truck together. And I use a big Phillips, and it's real easy to deassemble and don't strip anything out. This truck has a lot of screws, as you know, and there's a lot of, it's a lot of over-engineering stuff. It's like a puzzle piece, so I like to keep it as simple as possible when I'm wrenching on it. The shocks and suspension, I have 90 weight in the rear, and I have 80 weight in the front, and it is pretty stiff, you guys, but it's flush. I mean, you can see it didn't even chassis slap, so it's set up very, very nice. So I do have the truck paired with the Spectrum DX 5C radio, and I love this radio. It's not your super high end, but for bashing it's perfect. You can put like 20 cars on it, and yeah, so I don't like the Traxxas radios anymore. I used to rock Traxxas radios all the time, but when you upgrade your radio, you get a lot more response. So it took me a while to get used to this thing, but you absolutely love it. Alright, so I'm going to load up the death ramp on the trailer. I've got the Traxxas Max as a side crew vehicle just in case we blow this sucker up. We're going to see what it can do. Let's go head out to the spot. Alright, so I have to apologize about the wind. We had a huge storm blowing today, but we're out here bashing and we're sending the Xmaxx. I've got it set up, got the death ramp over there. We're gonna do this. back at the shop. That was an epic bash with the Xmaxx. I'm happy to report there were no breaks. The truck held up amazingly out there. This Pro Body RC body just took everything I threw at it. I do have some big old dents and scrapes from hitting the asphalt, but it is an unbreakable body, so we are going to put it to the test. Kind of chewed through the front there, but this thing took some hits. Losing some of the stickers, but I knew that was just going to be a part of the deal. Let's look at the inside of the truck, y'all. Everything looks great. You can see I have some black tape on the ESC because one of my zip ties busted, so that helped me get through the bash. But other than that, y'all, the truck is in perfect shape. Everything. Dog bones are a little bit bent from sideways landings, but that's not a huge deal. In my opinion, keeping the Xmaxx as light as possible is what makes this truck a tank. Okay, so if you want to know how to build your truck exactly like mine, you can comment down below and I'll get with you and talk with you on that. But this is a must, y'all. This M2C Racing chassis brace, that makes this truck literally 10 times stronger. It really does. All my A-arms are good. Chassis is good. Motor's good. I'm happy. It was a great sash. Super stoked on this build. There'll be more edits of this truck later in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do. Peace out.